Hello? Hello, good evening, and welcome to another retro gaming stream on original hardware. Tonight we're going to be playing one of my favorite classic NES titles, Metroid, from 1986. I don't think we've streamed Metroid on, or played Metroid on stream previously, and I'm not sure if I want to make this like a long series of streams where we try to beat the game or just play it a little bit and then maybe take a password and then come back to it. But the story with Metroid for me is I had not seen the Nintendo Entertainment System until about 1987. We played Atari games on Atari 8-bit, Atari Computer, or Atari 2600. And I think by that time we had an Atari ST. And so the first time I saw the Nintendo, I was over at a friend's house and they were playing Metroid. And I think I had heard of it, but I had never seen it. And the thing about Metroid, the style of game that Metroid was very new to me when I saw it. It was like, it's an action adventure platformer where, you sort of earn power-ups and you work towards beating an end boss or some goal. I don't even remember what it was, but just the idea of playing like a long, drawn-out action platformer was sort of different at that time. Atari games were all kind of meant to be played in short, spurts. You'd play Asteroids, or you'd play, something like Adventure, or even games like Star Raiders on the Atari 8-bit. You could play that game and then complete it in 20 minutes. So when we had the Atari ST and the Atari 8-bit, I had played RPGs like Ultima and The Bard's Tale and stuff like that. And those were obviously, long, drawn-out games. You had a save game and all this stuff, and you saved your progress. But the idea of like a platform action game, this is sort of hard to imagine, I think, for most people who've played video games their whole life. But it was very different. I also remember seeing Kid Icarus around the same time, which is sort of a similar, premise where you sort of go through all these levels and collect power-ups, and then there's like an end boss and stuff like that. So I was very excited about Metroid when I saw it. It was a really neat idea for a game, and it's hard to remember when that was like a new concept of having a game that you'd play for a long time like that. So anyway, we ended up getting a Nintendo later. I think I rented Metroid a couple of times, but the thing about Metroid is it takes a lot of effort. I mean, just sort of like Legend of Zelda, you have to invest hours of playtime, and Metroid doesn't have a save feature. It uses a password, so the password feature is really, you have to write this long password, and there's no map. You have to map it yourself if you want to have any idea about where you're going. So it's very easy to get lost. There's no hand-holding in Metroid. I don't even think that there was like a Nintendo Power readily available. Which leads me to what I have here with me tonight. I have the Nintendo Power that has the walkthrough of Metroid in it. And you can see it says down here, it says Classic NES Classic Metroid. This is volume 29. I don't know what issue it is. says volume 29. Anyway, I never had Nintendo Power, but I borrowed people's Nintendo Powers and would use them as guides for like Super Mario Brothers 3 when we would rent it, or Legend of Zelda. I remember looking at maps from this. And the reason why I got this to play Metroid with was because Metroid is really easy to get lost. And of course you can look online and there's walkthroughs and stuff like that. But I just kind of wanted to have the Nintendo Power for this. So I have the Nintendo Power with the walkthrough and the guide to the different weapons and stuff. And it has, it has the overworld map in here, which is really cool. You can see it has all the different screens for the map as you go. So I don't know if we'll refer to this while we play necessarily, but I'm glad that I have it because I want to have it just handy in case I get really, really lost and stuck and I don't know where to go. I've never beat original Metroid, in part because it just is it's a lot of time investment to play the game. So anyway, I've got my Dogbone controller and I've got my NES 4-score hooked up, so we're going to have some turbo for the shooting, which I'm not sure if that will make a difference or not, but it's kind of nice to have turbo. And let's get started with some Metroid on original hardware. I'd also like to add that Metroid has an awesome soundtrack. It is just really, really atmospheric. It really fits the kind of, I don't know what the right word is, sense of sort of being alone on this planet. So yes, emergency order: defeat the Metroid of the planet Zebeth and destroy the Mother Brain, the mechanical life vein, Galaxy Federal Police. So, again, when you would rent a game, you'd sort of have a vague idea about what it was, and then you'd get about that much story. Rarely would you get the manual. So, there's not much to work with in this game when you get started. So, I have played this. I don't have a saved password for it. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit because it seems a little bit quiet. It still seems a little bit quiet. That's not too bad. How about that? Okay. So again, I've played this a little bit, this copy that I have, but I don't have a save game for it. There's the turbo. And of course, the very first power-up you get is the ball. So you can go back underneath. I remember also, too, watching this game and thinking just how cool it was that there were always secrets everywhere. All these things you had to unlock. You can shoot destroyable wall sections and stuff like that. Just really, really like the atmosphere of this game. The music is a great contributor to that. I was always a little bit bummed that you couldn't kneel to shoot. You can only shoot up and to the side, so it's a little bit frustrating sometimes. You definitely want to get the bombs right away as soon as you can. Can you shoot down? No. Farming energy is a big deal in this game too. Like, you definitely want to go through the trouble of trying to get energy. Ah! See, not used to not having any way to attack like that. Now, I don't know if we're supposed to go up here or down. I can't remember. I have played this game a little bit in the past, but kind of going into this a little bit raw. My favorite game ever is Super Metroid, and I played the heck out of that game. So it's kind of a shame that I never beat the original Metroid, but I love Super Metroid so much. I think the fact that it has a map makes a big difference for me. I find it very frustrating to not know where I've been and where I'm going with Metroid 1. Technically, Super Metroid is Metroid 3. I have Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, and it's very good. I think it has a map, which is pretty cool that they have. I think it has a save game in a map even. That by then they had included those features. So we might play the Game Boy Metroid 2 at some point on stream as well. But again, you know, when I saw this game and I was just like, wow, this is just really cool. This sort of scrolling adventure game like this. I mean, if you think about it, the only thing that was even remotely like that, I guess, was kind of like Pitfall on the Atari 2600. I can't think of any, or I guess that's not entirely true. You know, I've played Pharaoh's Curse on Atari 8-bit, and that was a game that we had when I was a kid, and it was a little bit like that. You would go around collecting treasures and stuff. But I wasn't thinking of that when I saw Metroid. I mean, this game is way bigger than Pharaoh's Curse. There just weren't a lot of games that were like that. I don't even know if I should go this way or not. I may already have to refer to the... see, I'm in a different area now. I have to refer to Nintendo Power. I know this kind of sucks. It's kind of like cheating, but I just don't know where to go. Okay, that's Kraid's hideout. So you can get Long Beam if you keep going up. But we need to get bombs. A. Okay, so we do have to keep going right. So we go right, and then we keep going right, and there's an energy take, and then you eventually go up and get the bombs. So I think we have to get bombs first before we do anything else. So we have to keep going right. Now, I thought about doing this straight and like mapping it by hand, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to map Metroid by hand. I just don't have the patience for it. This game is already long enough. I wonder if we should go back and get the long beam. I don't know. I think we should get bombs first. It's really frustrating not having a way to attack things on the ground. And you also need bombs to unlock a lot of stuff. Secrets. Alright. And check the map again here. Looking at maps. You just keep going straight across, it looks like, and then you go to the right and then up. There's an energy tank, and then you keep going right and then up and then left. So I'll show on the map. I'll show on here where I'm going. Not that you can see this very well, but here we are. And then we're going to go over here and then up to get the bombs. Okay. I have the power. Nintendo Power. Not sure what issue this is, but it's definitely not an early one, volume 29. So having the walkthrough for Metroid, I mean, I'm not sure when it would have been available. I always hated not being able to get that stuff. I also read a little bit about the kind of unusual flicker that we get sometimes with the NES. It has to do with the kind of dirtiness of the composite signal. And I asked if there was a way to clean that up without doing like a full mod to the output on the NES. Because the NES's composite output's not great. It's just not very clean. Just like any composite video. It's better than RF, but it's not great. Can you not kill this thing? Our first energy take. Also, I apologize if I sound a little bit nasally. I'm stuffed up today. Kind of cold. Ah! Alright, and we have to go up and to the left. Bombs. You know, and without the guide, I mean, you could be wandering around these areas for long periods of time and not find anything. It's easy. It's real easy to get lost in Metroid. What am I doing? Turbo definitely helps. I'll tell you that. No doubt. Oh, I need missiles. Crud. Man, I have to get missiles first. Okay, we have to go back and go up. Alright. That's Metroid for you. So we have to go back out, and then we have to go up and to the right to get our first missiles. I mentioned Kid Icarus. I think I only saw that game at a friend's house like once or twice, but I always thought of it being sort of like, you know, as good as Metroid. And apparently people don't like that game very much, or they have, you know, mixed feelings about it. I remember thinking that it wasn't as impressive as Metroid. I don't own Kid Icarus. But I think it's considered, you know, one of the, I guess there's like 3 releases for the NES that are from this era after it was, you know, popular, or initially popular. There's Metroid, Kid Icarus, and The Legend of Zelda that were released, I think, around the same time. And all of those games are really important games, I think, in the sense that, just like I was talking about earlier, they really had a different way of, I mean, the idea of having a game that you can play for a really long time to unlock stuff that was an action game, not just an RPG, was really different. And that's what impressed me when I was a kid. I thought that was so cool. It was very different. We didn't get an NES right away. We probably got one in maybe 88 or 89. Got the action set with the orange zapper. And I can't remember if we got it for like Christmas or if it was a birthday present. It's funny, I don't remember that very well. It might have been one of those things where my dad bought it for the whole family and it wasn't really like a gift. Just, you know, maybe it was there was a deal or something like that. Because we'd always had Atari stuff. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I killing these things? Are you kidding me? See? I'm getting messed up already. Where do you get your first missiles? It says long beam. Bomb energy tank. You have to go down to get your first missiles. Well, okay. Man. Down and to the right. Yep. I mean, if you think about it, it wouldn't be that hard to map this. But, you know, when you're a kid, you don't want to do that. You just want to play the game. I think I remember my uncle, you know, showing me his notebook for playing Ultima 4. And he had all these notes of all these things that, you know, he'd done talking to people in the game. And this is just a huge amount of effort. I just remember sort of playing it just for the fun of it, you know, like having my characters grow, or get new weapons and stuff. Never investing the kind of serious amount of time you gotta invest to beat those games. I did beat Ultima 4 later in life, playing it on an emulator. Alright, we have missiles. Now we can go get bombs. Is there anything else down here? No. The way to Norfair is down here. Ah! And it's easy to get messed up real quick in this game. I should add that my daughter really, really likes Super Metroid, and really likes Samus as a character. And I think in part because Samus is a girl. And I remember having no idea what Samus was when I was a kid. Only later did we know that Samus was a girl because people started beating the game, or there was that code, Justin Bailey, that people put in that showed Samus without her armor on. That was, I wouldn't say shocking, but very surprising at the time that there was a, you know, a female main character under the armor. But I just like to point out that, you know, all these games, through all the years, there's never been like a female main character other than Samus, at least in this era. And representation matters. I mean, my daughter really, really likes Metroid and Metroid Dread on the Switch. She beat that game. It's a modern, you know, side-scrolling Metroid game. It's really good. My daughter is, She beat it when she was like 10, I guess, when it came out last year. She's 11 now. Glutton for punishment. I don't know why I'm doing that. Taking a bunch of damage. I guess now we can get missiles. It's not as easy to just get energy. I always thought that sound when you hit things and they took damage was kind of a neat sound. Not that one, but the deeper one. Man. I gotta actually be a little careful here. I'm taking some damage. Does this look okay? It looks a little light. I'm going to raise the brightness a little bit. That looks better. Yeah, it was a little bit dark. It's still doing that little flicker thing. Again, there's no real easy way to fix that, apparently, from output from the NES. It just has to do with the fact that it's composite, and the RetroTink upscaler has a hard time with that signal. Alright, we've got some missiles now. Whoa. Delicious energy. Yes, you need missiles to open those red doors. Hooray! Bombs! Yes. We're getting somewhere in this game. So bombs are important, obviously, for a lot of reasons. But they let you open up all kinds of stuff as far as secrets. Being able to blow up stuff on the ground is clearly important, too. It's really frustrating not being able to do that. Okay, so now that we have the bombs, we'll get another energy tank. We keep going up. Can't go up here without ice beam. So much for that. I think that for most NES titles, I probably wouldn't necessarily have the Nintendo Power handy like I do for Metroid, but Metroid is just such a long, involved, and confusing map. When I played Legend of Zelda on stream, I just happened to have played it so much that I remembered most of the locations, but I did have to look up a couple of things. In fact, I surprised myself how much stuff I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, that's where that is, or that's where that secret is. Played Legend of Zelda a lot. I actually own that when I was gifted it from a friend. So, played a lot of that game as a kid. Whereas, really, I was only able to rent Metroid 2 times. Alright, I think we can go up now on this part of the map. I also really appreciate the design of the various critters in this game. And they translated really nicely to Super Metroid 2. Just kind of, you know, the various aliens that you are fighting. Given the capabilities of the NES, they just, you know, did a really good job with it. Graphics are pretty good all around for the NES, or for the for Metroid on the NES. Okay. That's not the right pipe. I guess that's technically a secret passage. Any more energy for me? No? How not to farm energy. Alright, whatever. We have promotional spam chat. All right. That's frustrating. I don't think I can get up there bombing my way up. That's an old trick, though. Get all the way up there? That's not going to happen. Alright, well, we got some more missiles. That's cool. I think there's another secret over there, but you need to have Ice Beam to get it from the other direction. Alright, I think we should go back and try to get the long beam now. Not sure how necessary it is, but I want it anyway. Excuse me. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Apparently there's a way you can get the Varia suit here. Really? Oh, you have to get it from the other direction, I think. No? I bet you need the Ice Beam. Okay. Interesting. There's definitely a lot of backtracking in Metroid. So we'll have to come back. I always liked that the little graphic of the exploding alien had like chunks and flew off. That was cool. Okay, so we're back. Brinstar. So yeah, that's the long beam here. Okay. Nice. I always like that little tune you pick stuff up to. Now, interestingly, there are no secrets in here. So, you know, when you play this as a kid, you're like, okay, well, there's got to be secrets, right? You can go through this little pipe. But if we did that the old way, we would check like everything. And that's how you found stuff. Just shoot everything. And the long beam's nice. Alright, so we've got the long beam. Where should we go next? Oh, okay. I see. Let's go back across. We can get the ice beam actually very close here. You get ice beam, it looks like right away. Interesting. Let's get the ice beam next. Because I'm pretty sure you have to have the ice beam to get quite a few things. You have to be able to freeze enemies and use them as platforms. I do remember that. What am I doing? That's the way to Brinstar. Did I miss the... Oh, I have to go down. Okay, well that's easy enough to do. So easy to get mixed up and turn around in this game. Okay. I believe there's a secret here. Yes. Aha! Oh, great. The way you have to get back out of here, this is actually a trap. You just gotta keep jumping up along the side. That is miserable. How are you supposed to get out of here normally? Oh no. The wrong secret. Can you go down here? No. This is just a trap. Miserable. No! This is probably one of those areas where you probably just kill yourself to go back to the starting point. But I'm going to try to get up because I want to see if I can do it. Come on. Miserable. There's one block you have to stand on to get out of this pit. No. Well, we're getting real good at shooting. All right. We're getting really good at jumping. All right. We got out of that terrible, terrible disaster. All right, we have to go down this secret. Again, you know, how would you know to do that? And I have like no energy. Now we're gonna die here if we're not careful. Yes. Ice Beam. Now we're actually playing. Okay, so now we should be able to go right and then go up to get another energy tank. Okay, if I don't die first. Yes, sometimes they drop more energy than others. It is really nice to have the ice beam. Time it just right, I think, to get back out of here. Nope. Need to wait a little bit longer. Nope. It's about 7 seconds. Man, not being able to shoot down in other directions is really kind of annoying. I'm so spoiled by Super Metroid. It's such a good game. It doesn't have those problems. Is this where I want to go? That's bombs. That's where we were before. That's right. We have to jump up here. Wait. What? Oh, there's no way. There's no way to get up there. What the heck? Well, we can get the Varia suit. But apparently you can't get this energy tank unless you come from the other side? That seems like impossible. What do you have to walk an alien over? Meanwhile, our health is super, super low. There's the sound. Okay. Game over. All right. Well, it's probably a good time to stop, actually. We'll take a screenshot here of our password. We've played about an hour. And, you know, here I am taking a screenshot with my phone. I mean, I can always go back and look at the stream, too. But I'll tell you what, in the old days, you know, if you had a password like this, you had to write it down with pencil and paper. I can tell you, sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell with your own chicken scratch what you had actually written. So you might put a password in that doesn't work, and you've lost all of your progress. So having, you know, the proliferation of cameras on your phones for these password games, it is amazing to have that capability to be able to do that. But we also have our Nintendo Power too, so there is that too. Anyway, yeah, so that was fun. We played some Metroid. We got the Ice Beam. We got the bombs and missiles and stuff. Just getting started here in Brinstar, I think, is the first area. So we may pick up where we left off next time. I'm not sure. Metroid is a long haul. It's a long game. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time. And we'll be back next week with more retro games on original hardware.